Yeah, see, Joe's talking about you
No
take.
diarrhea and no caffeine, so I haven't hit the head.
Okay, in naturopathic terms, when you have diarrhea, it's a good thing.
Oh.
Because you're cleansing.
Better fall me.
Because you're cleansing, and that's kind of gross, but you know, that's the truth. You get a rash, you get stomach, you can throw up. It all means you're cleansing too fast, is what it means. Now, this could be because it's a ratio of water. It's a nice friendly ratio, it's a nice harmonic. Bob's always seeking harmony between two opposites, because we live in a duality world, so you're always balancing the positive and the negative, the light and the dark all the time in our lives here. So when you find a harmonious balance, that's when you get into the zone of tapping into even beyond what science recognizes now, energy, 0 point, 0 point, all that stuff. So it's just wonderful what you're doing. I just want to thank everybody, because this is just wonderful. Yes, sir.
Your book, Flood Your Body with Oxygen. How do you flood your body? Where's your oxygen supply? Where's that coming from?
Okay. He's saying when the book is named Flood Your Body with Oxygen. What I can't get on the cover is safely at known accepted procedural rates, and et cetera, et cetera. You know, you do it the right way. You do it wrong with anything and ruin it all. Then somebody can say to you, look what you did. For example, here's an example. They took Arbor Foundation, they have a study on it, took these mice with tumors, put them in a cage, they stuffed ozone down their throat, you know, cut off the air, and they just made half of them like really, really, really sick. Okay, so they sacrificed half the animals halfway through the test. And then when they looked at it, oh my God, look at the damage ozone has done to these poor little mice. You know, oh, look at them, they got inflammation, edema, they got particulate matter in their lymph fluid, blah, blah, blah. What they don't tell you is the rest of the study. The rest of the study said, if you want to make fun of it, you stop there, and that's it. That's your news story, and that's what you play every day. Put the newspaper talking about how dangerous it is. All right, what they don't tell you is, strangely, the mice that we didn't sacrifice, all their tumors fell off them and they were perfectly healthy. In other words, the body had to cleanse itself. The body had to throw it off. And if you kill the the specimen, at the time of maximum decontamination, maximum toxic release, we call it detoxification, as the body's filling the lymph, the kidney, the liver with the particulate matter and the dead bacteria, viruses, fungus, and pathogens, that will show up in their tests as, oh my God, look, it's stuffed, it's full, it's damaged, it's hurt, it's burnt. That's the body's natural process. And because they were forcing these things, not a natural harmonious rate of detoxification, they were stuffing it down their throats and saying, let's see what happens, torturing the mice. Because they did that, they got bad results that they could report. And then they hid the rest of it. Yes?
I think what the gentleman was asking, give us an example from your book as to how you would recommend it to get more positive.
Oh, well, I came out with a supplement line, and I'm not, for the legal purposes, I'm not making any claims, and the FDA has not approved this, but I have a line of supplements. You go to oxygenamerica.com. They're my supplements that I designed, and they're made and sold by my friend Rick. And we sell those, he sells them all over the world. So that's one way. You get my book, and it's all known ways of oxygenating the body. Pills, pump, lotions, potions, bottles, infusions, insufflations, drinking, injecting, circulating. There it all is. He was asking about, well, what do we use the oxygen, how do we use it? I was pointing out that the harmonious ratio of water means that's probably why the hydrogen isn't hurting him, because he's not doing too much of it. And I don't even know what hydrogen will do, because no one's ever done that. I don't know of any study anywhere, even anecdotal, of someone taking hydrogen all day long. I've never heard of that, so that part of it's out. But the oxygen is being enlivened. The oxygen is stressing the 0 point energy through the method of its creation with the plates and the electricity going in. It's adding more, Bob would say, there was another guy I was talking to who would say, it's the spin of the electron. And that's the difference between the ortho and the para. The ortho, the spin electrons, like if you have a hydrogen proton in the center, there's only one electron spinning around, that's hydrogen, okay? So that electron, the spin of the electron, plus which direction is it spinning in, there's two ways it can go, isn't it, both those things. Nature's way is going to be harmonious. Man's chemical pressure friction technology is going to make it spin the wrong way, but it's still hydrogen. So that's the para. The wrong way is the para. The good way is the ortho. The ortho is spinning in the correct direction. And it's the beneficial way to get more energy into a hydrogen atom. So that's why Bob says that the ortho is the way to get the most energy and efficiency out of the atomic structure of the hydrogen, which then, as you draw the energy out, decays into parahydrogen, which has less energy. Now, some generators don't make the ortho, they only make the para, so their efficiency would naturally be less. There's all kinds of ways to put oxygen, like for example, an ozone generator. What about nature's ozone generator? When the lightning hits the oxygen in the upper atmosphere, it splits the O2 into two O1s. Those O1s then combine into O3, O4, O5, O6, O7, O8, O9, O10. You get a long chain oxygen molecule, and that long chain oxygen molecule then disassociates one by one. So O19 becomes O18, gives up O1. Okay, well on the way down, if it's going through a moisture cloud, H2O combined with O1, you can review the tape later if you don't get it now. H2O plus O1 is H2O2. Well, what's H2O2? It's hydrogen peroxide. That's one of nature's oxidizers, stimulants, and protectors of our lives. Lawrence, France, when you bathe in the water, because of there's some kind of minerals under the water, that creates hydrogen peroxide, low concentration in the water. You absorb it through your skin, get it in your bloodstream. Your body has four enzymes, to break it down into H2O plus release O1. Your body makes hydrogen peroxide. And nature's supplying you the way to get it in you and the energy. So it gets into the groundwater, it gets into the grass, animals eat the grass, you eat the animal, goes into the trees, and if it hasn't been messed with too much pollution or too much whatever, then you have a situation where naturally nature is delivering to us through our food oxygen, cleansing us with hydrogen peroxide, cleansing us with the ozone from the lightning strike up in the upper atmosphere, creating O3, heavier than air, falls to Earth, replaced by O1. There is no ozone layer. They call it a layer, and they tell you it's like a fixed thing. It's not. It's created every time the sun shines, and the planet turns into the sunlight. The ozone layer is created from the O2 molecules turning into ozone struck by the photonic energy of the sun. So, ozone is a natural thing that nature uses. Again, the closer you get to nature, the healthier you're going to be. The closer you get to nature, the healthier our energy devices are going to be. Yes, sir.